All right, well, many donors have come forward in response to the disaster in KwaZulu-Natal and other flood-stricken areas. Among businesses, for example, FNB today pledging 7.5 million rand, ABSA saying it had earmarked 8 million rand for affected communities. Many countries have also sent their condolences, and China has matched that with a donation of 1 million given by the embassy in Pretoria. Let's discuss with our international reporter Khayelihle Khumalo. Kaya, you were there. What is the Chinese embassy saying? And tell us about the handover.
Well, that's right, Francis. So this is just yet another opportunity between South Africa and China really to strengthen their relations. So this is quite important from the side of Beijing to come to the rescue of South Africa by virtue of this particular donation. So, but apart from that, there's a very clear indication that the two countries will be working together in terms of making sure that they rebuild that part of KwaZulu-Natal that has been ravaged by the floods. There was a commitment from the side of the ambassador that Beijing will be working along with South Africa in making sure that they're able to come stronger from this tragedy. And in fact, also there was a very clear indication that these two countries really do enjoy very much cordial relations. So hence this particular gesture that we saw from the side of China coming to the rescue of South Africa.
So Kaya, the Minister of Social Development, Lindiwe Zulu, I understand, was there receiving this. Local businesses maybe not getting the same recognition for their donations. Is that fair enough? Because this is an important country. We value the relationship and they're giving this money.
Well, most definitely, Francis, especially because there's also been a great deal of concern about the checks and balances. If the donations are pouring in, will the intended recipients be receiving the aid that they desperately need? So that was one of the concerns really that was raised, but also the Minister Zulu of Social Development was very appreciative of this gesture. In fact, also stating once again the very strong partnership between Beijing and Pretoria. But also most importantly, speaking about the Chinese experiences when there's a tragedy, how they are able to expedite in terms of reconstruction, how South Africa can learn and be able to bounce back. But also talking about the very severe damage that KwaZulu-Natal has suffered in this particular instance. In fact, Francis, to quote Minister Zulu, she spoke about 3 tragedies in KwaZulu-Natal. She spoke about COVID-19. She spoke about that very terribly awful chapter of the July unrest and now the devastating floods, and saying that social workers as well are on the ground in terms of providing psychosocial support to those families who really experienced the tragedies, who really suffered in terms of the recent events that you have seen in KwaZulu-Natal, but also encouraging most South Africans to come together, saying that we've seen the private sector, we've seen the community-based organizations and other international organizations as well being very pivotal in terms of alleviating the plight of the people of KwaZulu-Natal.
So tell me a bit more about international organizations and the international response. We know, for example, Charlize Theron is raising money. What other countries or agencies are stepping in here?
Well, precisely. So there has been unwavering support in terms of other countries. You have seen the likes of Qatar and many other countries as well who are keen to help South Africa. In fact, you have the African Union itself. The chairperson of the continental body, Mustafaki Mahamat, has announced about 2 million rand from the AU Relief Fund also being pumped to try and help South Africa in this instance. But also you do have other intergovernmental organizations, the likes of United Nations as well. They've been very instrumental in terms of the support. The likes of UNICEF as well, with about 600 schools that are affected in KwaZulu-Natal. So UNICEF as well has been on the ground as well in terms of supporting the government and those pupils who have been affected, especially when we've seen learners heading back to the schools. So there has been an outpouring of goodwill from so many quarters, so many people really rising to the occasion to make sure that South Africa is able to rise back from this predicament, especially the province of KwaZulu-Natal, but also sharp warning about how now reconstruction should happen in light of all the challenges presented by climate change.
All right, thank you very much for that update, our international reporter Khayelihle Khumalo.